Let's cross back to Liezle for more. Very good morning to you, Liezle. What's happening?
Sims, a very good morning to you and to our viewers. The magic continues right here from McDonald's Greenpoint Stadium. We are building up to that FIFA World Cup final that's obviously taking place. We've seen all the teams come and go. Argentina versus Spain is what is going to be taking center stage come 9 p.m. tonight. But as you know, history was made obviously for South Africa when Bafana reached the stage of 32. And it was just a prideful moment for our nation at large. We really got to sit in that moment, bask, share their hopes, share their fears, and look at how they flew the flag high for South Africa at large. We had some influencers, we had some media as well going to represent us there on the world stage in Mexico, in the USA, and in Canada, just bringing us all that action. And I'm actually going to be joined by Peden Smith, who's a Good Hope FM presenter, to chat a little bit more about his experience there and perhaps also get a prediction on the final too. Peden, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you doing? Jet lag over there?
Top of the morning.
Okay,
Great.
all right. Listen, you had quite the time, right? You were one of the few that got to go and experience the magic right there in Mexico. Please paint that picture for us. The stadiums, the atmosphere, the people, the music, the energy, the food. What was that experience like for you as you brought us all that action?
Let me just say crazy times firstly, because just the experience and the opportunity in itself was absolutely incredible. But touching down in Mexico, I felt like it was only Mexico versus South Africa because it was such a cultural exchange between us. And that to me in itself was representation of us. So firstly, that was great, but with our boys on the other end, absolutely phenomenal as well.
Yeah, there was magic both on and off the pitch as
100%.
well. What were some of those magical moments that would have stood out for you then? I mean, you were immersed yourself in a football-loving nation.
100%.
It was 2010 recapped because it was South Africa versus Mexico again. Yeah, what stood out for you?
I would just say, firstly, pre-match, it was definitely the culture that came together. And I would say cultural exchange was very big there. So they absorbed everything from South African food to music to the people even. And post-match, it was basically just kind of a combination of coming together and unity. And I think that was the highlight for me in Mexico, is that there was so much unity post-match. It wasn't Mexico only versus South Africa, but it was one. And that was the peak for me of this entire trip.
Yeah, I mean, we woke up before the sun rose because we were not on your time zone.
100%.
But it was you're right. That magic was really seeping through. It brought us together, reminded us of that social cohesion, nation building project as well. Did you get to speak to the players? Did you get to also experience some of the fears that they had going into the game? How were you guys part of bringing that magic to remind them that Mzansi was behind them?
I think we were a group of about 50 media personality that went over.
Okay.
And the peak of the entire trip was we were in a box together, and all of us, we couldn't have vuvuzelas, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. So what we did was we had a band there, also marimba band, kind of like a vibe, and we created our own vibe. So when they walked on the pitch, they knew South Africa was there. And I think every time when they felt like they couldn't do it, they just looked back at the stadium and was like, our people, they are here. And that was kind of a thing that kind of pushed them and kind of got them to where they are today.
Yeah, it's like cultural diplomacy.
100%.
It's also just representing us. What did the Mexicans say about our, culture, our gears? What were the synergies as well?
Super welcoming. I need to say that, super welcoming. They wanted everything of South Africa, from food to clothing to conversation to exchanging rands into their currency. And that was what was incredible. They welcomed us so beautifully. And I think that was the peak for me as well, as I said, is that there was never a moment that you felt left out. It was always togetherness.
Well, all in, Kaufela, that's been the hashtag. SABC's been running with us as well. Okay, so who are you backing from the beginning? So obviously we had Bafana, but then who were some of your favorite teams? You had to then switch allegiances. So now we're building up to the final with Argentina and Spain.
I'm going to say, in order to keep the peace back at home first, because I have to go back home, I'm going to go with Spain, but it's actually Argentina.
Okay, but you need to explain why. Okay, we're getting contentious behavior here.
No.
Are you wanting Argentina maybe to come back for that second win as well? Spain also took it back in 2010. There's a lot of last moment, 90-minute magic that seems to be happening in this World Cup.
I'm not going to cause any friction at home or at work with my colleagues, but I'm going to say Messi had his chance, a fair chance.
So you don't want him to bite and style? I'm not endorsing him in any way. I'm just asking.
I'm just saying, Messi had his fair chance. So for me, as we say in Cape Town and in South Africa, may the best win today.
Okay. That's a very diplomatic answer. You're safe.
We're keeping it neutral today,
Okay,
yes.
your family will be proud. Cape Town's also a soccer-loving nation
Yeah,
as well.
100%.
Well, country, city, sorry.
Yeah.
Ooh, let me not extend it to it. Yeah, but obviously now we're looking at what soccer's done for our country. We're looking at that. How do you think we need to be keeping this momentum up, especially for people to stay busy, to enjoy what soccer does for us in this unity project?
But I think sports in general has brought us together as South Africans.
Okay, so rugby, cricket,
100%.
women, men as well. Perfect.
100%. So sports is definitely something that brings us together. It's a thing of where South Africans kind of has free expression of who we are and how we do things, and also our own teams that we support. So I think soccer as a whole is definitely a great African kind of language that speaks for itself.
Okay.
And that to me is a top peak.
Pretty Girl from Joburg performed at the opening ceremony. Please tell us about that. This was a proud moment as well. We're seeing that entertainment on the world stage.
Let me tell you, when she walked out, obviously we knew that we can't have vuvuzelas, but she wore the vuvuzela for us. And to me, I was like, representation on a whole nother level. Go Tyler, love that.
Yeah. And I mean, if you're looking at some of the acts as well, you've seen how the changes that's been happening. We've been speaking about how America's imposed some of their traditional, ways of celebrating sport as well. So there's going to be a 30-minute halftime show as well.
100%.
The NFL ring-like moments that FIFA's now also endorsed. So what do you think of some of these changes? Is change as good as a holiday?
Firstly, I'm not going to speak on the changes. Change is always good.
Okay.
I'm going to say that.
Okay.
So we're trying to keep it neutral, but I do think like the USA probably has a peak of or a higher standard of their talent and how they do things. And we welcome change because that's how we learn and that's how we kind of merge what they are doing into what we would like to do.
Okay, so you're saying they're leading the way. I mean, this is arguably one of the biggest games, FIFA World Cups that we've seen in history as well. And it's happened over 3 countries as well. What is your score prediction? I know you're not choosing sides, but let's just play with your magic crystal
Spain.
ball. Okay.
I'm putting my life and my money.
Are you putting it in the second half towards the end? Because this seems to be the trend in this World Cup.
So I would say 1-0 first half, 2-1 extra time.
Okay. Any particular player as well that's going to be standing out for you? Who's working overtime?
Keeping it neutral. Everybody on the field will bring their part.
Okay. Okay.
You're trying to get me into trouble.
I'm trying to see it. Attack is it a defense? Peter, I know your show is obviously happening at midday today, right?
12 to 3 on Good Hope FM, SABC, SABC Plus as well. Super excited to also bring live crossings from my show today. So that is what's going to happen. It's sports. It's a sports Sunday today, and that's what's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, the weather's also holding up quite nicely. So I think it's going to be good to be snugging on the couch and for supporting the final. Obviously, now Peter Smith, Good Hope FM presenter, joining us. He was part of that entourage that went to the different countries to represent South Africa. Also with the coverage, 34 matches on SABC, different platforms. And we'll continue to bring you all that action as we continue on the SABC. Stay tuned. It's back to you in studio for now.